Hey everybody, Sneb here. Today I want to talk about the Wizard's Vault. For those of you that have been living under a rock for the past, I don't even know how long, the Wizard's Vault is sort of like a battle pass type thing. It's not really a battle pass, but it's a reward system in Guild Wars 2 that allows you to seasonally collect rewards. It gives you raw gold, it gives you mystic coins, which are basically like raw gold. It gives you materials, it gives you skins. It is a massive reward system, and it fundamentally changed the way that Guild Wars 2 works. Back in, was it 2023? Yeah, I think it was 2023 when Secrets of the Obscure launched. The Wizard's Vault was a big part of this. I remember people were really excited, and I too was pretty excited. However, soon after the launch of the Wizard's Vault, I actually became quite a big critic of it, and I received a lot of pushback from this. So today I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why I think the Wizard's Vault is probably the best, worst thing that's been implemented in the game. It has some really high highs and some really low lows, and maybe some things that we can do to fix that. So first of all, I want to preface this by saying I absolutely empathize with casual players who like to get the big juiced up rewards. The Wizard's Vault is a fantastic way for somebody who only wants to play, maybe even only like 15, 20 minutes a day, to jump on, do some dailies, and earn some pretty big rewards. It's a fantastic way to do that. And if that's its purpose, then it certainly works. The problem, however, is that the Wizard's Vault often trumps everything else in terms of rewards. What do I mean by this? Well, let's take raiding, for example, because raiding is always the example. But raiding, you can actually get some pretty good gold per hour. It depends on if you consider things like the currencies as gold or whatnot. But you can make like 50 to 100 gold an hour, depending on how fast you do the raids. Now, only the most elite speedrunning raiders are ever going to achieve really high gold per hour in raids. I typically can full clear all CMs in maybe 3 to 4 hours, depending on if I have a concentrated group or not, or an organized group. And that's not going to net me 100 gold an hour. And you can only do that once per week. The Wizard's Vault, though it's gated, like there's certain limits on the different items that you can buy. The Wizard's Vault, I calculated at one time, and keep in mind, this is probably slightly outdated, but we'll just say it's around this. I once calculated the Wizard's Vault, if you played somewhat efficiently, which is just you go place to place to place to place to complete your weeklies, you could get like 50 to 100 gold an hour. Wait, didn't I just say that? That was the same as raids. Yes, the Wizard's Vault is perhaps one of the most rewarding things in the game. In particular, it's extremely rewarding at the beginning and it slowly tapers down because eventually you run out of all of the rewards that had limited quantities. And then you can start doing things like the skins and whatever. But if you spend all your gold or all your wizard coins, wizard points, whatever they're called, the acclaim, if you spend all of those on things that will net you gold or easily liquidatable, then you can get some pretty insane gold per hour. And this is from barely playing the game, like kill one world boss, do this jumping puzzle. Half the jumping puzzles, people just have teleport to friends in the LFG. If you consider this, the Wizard's Vault is the single most rewarding thing in the game. It is the best way to achieve gold per hour in the game, aside from like exploiting or something. It is the best way, and it has the least, in my opinion, the least amount of skill. When I figured this out, I went, whoa, this means that I could theoretically play like 10 accounts and do all of these really high highs to get gold, and then not play for a season or whatever, get all the big rewards, convert everything into gold, send it to my main account, and I would have the highest gold per hour possible. Even higher than doing fractals daily on alts, potentially. When I realized this, I went, whoa, do I even care about the content in the game anymore? If I'm only thinking about the rewards, and the rewards are what matter to me, is having fun even relevant? This became this kind of existential crisis about what I enjoy out of games. And this was not something that I took lightly. I started to become a little bit worried about this because I realized that I was playing to get gold so that I could finish different achievements and stuff because I'd played the game forever and I've kind of done all of the things that I wanted to do. So that's what I did. I started collecting all this gold, and over time I started to raid less, and I started to do fractals less, and I started to do dungeons less, and I started all the content that was, instance content. I started to do this less and less and less and less. And the reason, this is just my personal opinion, the reason why I started to do this less is I just thought, well, what's the point? If it's just skill expression, I've kind of had my fun with it. I used to do it because, hey, I was still kind of fun, but I was just grinding the rewards and getting pretty good gold. But now there's a way better way to get gold in the game, and it's so easy. I should spend my time just doing dailies if I want to progress these other achievements more and more and more. There's nothing left for me to earn from raids. And so that's what I did. I started to just log in for the weeklies, log in for the dailies. I'd complete the weeklies, and then I'd have this weird feeling. Like once the Wizard Vault weeklies were done, I went, well, that's my high, right? There's no way I can get as much gold per hour as what I just did doing the weeklies for Wizard's Vault. So why? It just, like, my time is valuable. Why should I spend more time doing this if I've already achieved the peak? And this is a bit rambly, but this feeling is not good. When I expressed this to other people, I was having a hard time articulating it, just like I am now. This feeling like once I've done the weeklies, there's not much point in doing anything else because the gold per hour is so much lower. And if I really wanted to earn more gold, I'd just go play on other accounts and grind out the weeklies there. But that's not fun either. So I was in this constant battle between what is fun and what is rewarding. And I think this is actually one of the most difficult things for MMORPGs to get right. How do you balance making the game just fun and also having there be a dangling carrot on a stick to guide people in that direction anyway? So I find myself in a bit of a troubled state because I think that Soto, Secrets of the Obscure, was one of the worst expansions because it created one of the best reward systems. What do you think? I'm very curious for your opinion in the comments because I've been troubled by this for some time. I'm watching lots of my friends take breaks from the game. I'm watching lots of raiders in particular take breaks, even after Wing 8. Lots of people came back for Wing 8, and I think Wing 8 was a big success. But they're still troubled by the reward system. And I don't necessarily think that the Wizard's Vault is the only thing to blame there, but I wonder if it's a pretty big contributing factor. So I'll leave it to you in the comments. What do you think about the Wizard's Vault? Do you think it actually is too powerful? In my opinion, if they wanted to make the Wizard's Vault better, they would include more endgame content in there to incentivize people to get in there. So do a weekly raid, and they sometimes do little things like that, but I think we need more. And even further than that, I think that the reward systems everywhere basically need to be adjusted in order to compete with the Wizard's Vault. What do you think? I mean, you can get skins. You can't get the same number of skins from raids or anything else. Now, granted, the Wizard's Vault is a bigger part of the game at this point, but still. What do you think? I think that the Wizard's Vault has left me feeling a bit empty with rewards. I feel like I'm just logging in to get gold. It reminds me of like mobile game systems, and I don't know why exactly. I can't pinpoint it precisely, but it doesn't feel good. And the last two expansions, Secrets of the Obscure and, of course, Janthier Wilds, have both been a bit strange for me as a result. I think Janthier Wilds was really, really good. It was really fun on release. But the rewards that have been put out, like the Legendary Spear, I just go, well, I can just buy that. Because it's like tradable, which is good and bad in some ways, but anyway, so then it just goes back to the Wizard's Vault things. Like, well, if I want to get everything in the game, I just do the Wizard's Vault. Is the Wizard's Vault too powerful? I think it's a really great tool to help players catch up, particularly getting like Ascended Armor and such. I think it helps give people a boost, but I've also noticed some really big problems in the economy. Things are getting really expensive in the Guild Wars 2 economy. Maybe it's healthier that ectos are more expensive and the materials are more expensive. There's more sinks for those things now anyway. But I've noticed that gold, like the value of gold and how you can buy gems with gold, that's all shifted quite radically. It's becoming more and more and more expensive. And it's really interesting to know. And I think a lot of it has to do with the Wizard's Vault. Anyway, that's enough of me. What do you think in the comments below? Appreciate you listening. I just find myself a little bit confused about it, a little bit conflicted. It's the best, worst thing in the game. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.